To understand how big hunting and fishing expos really are, go to the internet and type a search for hunting and fishing expos. You will see that almost every state celebrates the opening of deer season in some form or fashion with an expo of some sort. Mississippi is no different. We have Jackson, Canton, Vicksburg, Natchez, Hattiesburg, and a whole lot more, and also we have the Lincoln County Expo held in Brookhaven. A little bit of history of Brookhaven and Lincoln County. Lincoln County was founded in 1870. It's named in honor of the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. The county seat is Brookhaven, which is situated in the heart of southern Mississippi. Brookhaven was once a trading paradise for the passing traveler. Starting as a pioneering outpost off the Bogachitta River, Brookhaven was incorporated in 1858, the same year the railroad reached the area. The coming of the railroad was what breathed life into Brookhaven. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, the county has a total of 588 square miles, and the population of Brookhaven is about 12,000. Lincoln County's population is 33,000. Brookhaven is known as the Home Seeker's Paradise. We're at the Lincoln County Expo.
Absolutely, man. We've had a great turnout so far, and I tell you, if it wasn't for, first off, look at our community support that we have for this expo. Tremendous sponsors. Brookhaven Honda is our premier sponsor this year, and they write a check very unselfishly for $1,500.
Oh, that's good.
To do this. I mean, and then we've got sponsorships that go all the way down to $250. So if you're hearing this and you want to be a part of this, there's economical levels for everybody, you know, that you can get involved. We'll take donations as small as 25 if you want to be a part of it.
Sure.
The more you give, the more exposure, of course, you know, with our advertising. And then let's talk about our committees too. I mean, I don't know if you've seen it around, but these orange shirts look like orange blurs.
Oh,
they're everywhere.
And there's no doubt that you probably, the one thing I noticed here at the Lincoln County Expo, it's, how many years have you been doing this?
Actually, just 2 years.
Okay, this is the second year.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what you need. You've got enough people that are taking care of everything.
Absolutely, and that's something that we try to pride ourselves in, is that you know, we're prepared. You know, just to give you a little insight on how long it takes to do one of these, you don't think it would be, but we're talking about February the 1st, because for some reason between December and January I can't get any help. I don't know what that's all about, but I think they're all in deer stands, you know. So, but after February the 1st, we have our first meeting, and our very first meeting is not what we did right. We look at what we did wrong first. And that way, if we can fix those problems, y'all will notice what we did right.
Mainline Canadian National Railroad runs north and south through Brookhaven, offering freight and passenger service, and Amtrak, City of New Orleans, runs southbound each morning and northbound each afternoon to provide direct rail transportation for Chicago, New Orleans, and all points in between. Brookhaven also has an airport that'll handle most all company type airplanes and small business jet, and is also the home of the Lincoln County Wildlife Expo.
We really take pride in going the extra mile for our vendors, for our sponsors, and the most important people that come out and really enjoy the expo.
Well, I know personally, I've talked to thousands of people here. There's been a lot of people showed
Absolutely. So far, we're over 2,000 already, and I expect a good 3,000 to 5,000 this year through the door. Now, if we don't get it, hey, that's next year, you know.
Well,
but I mean, to be as young as we are, you know, if anybody knows, anybody can do something on accident good the first time. You know what I mean? So what I think people are coming back and saying is this is going to be a staple for Lincoln County and Southwest Mississippi, and that's what I want people to remember. This is just not for people of Lincoln County, Brookhaven.
Right.
I mean, it is worth the drive to come here to experience the camaraderie of the vendors, the people that are coming through the door, just to sit out and say, let's talk about what's happening in the upcoming season. Let's look at, you know, what's fun in the outdoors, and introducing kids from, as you can see, coming by from his 1-year-old barely walking to, you know.
That's right.
I see some of the most senior adults out here, like some of us here.
That's right. We ran across Alan Morgan. He's a taxidermist down here, and what made me come over there, you have got a piece that you put together of a buck deer with a coyote, and the coyote is climbing up on its back, and it's like the buck was bedded down, and it's unbelievable. I mean, and the taxidermy, after I got over looking at it, How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing taxidermy for around 40 years now. Started off just like everybody that ever started hunting and fishing, always wanted to do it, and so I just started doing it when I was about 12 years old. And then I got into, the teenage years, and chasing girls was more important than taxidermy, so I put it aside until I got married. After I caught a woman, I started back doing taxidermy again. And like I said, I've been doing it now for 40 years, and that's something I've got to be one of the most blessed people on the face of the earth, because I get to do what I love to do for a living.
Well, the pieces you put together in there, there's a doe licking its baby fawn, and a little baby bobcat and stuff. And the creativity, do you think up all this kind of stuff?
I do, and that's something I just, my wife gets mad at me sometimes, because I wake up in the middle of the night with these ideas in my head, and I can't go back to back to sleep until I figure out how I'm going to do them. But I just really love doing that kind of stuff in my spare time.
Well, you had told me there's some things that, special things that are closest to you that you've done with your taxidermy. What are they?
Well, the things that stick out most to me is the work I do for Catch a Dream and Wheeling Sportsman, taking care of those kids. I did one earlier, just a month ago, for a boy from down in around Tylertown, Columbia area that went on an exotic hunt, and he killed a four-horn ram. And they didn't have time to mount it. I had to do a skull mount on it, which the reason I had to do it, they gave the little boy about 2 weeks to live.
Oh.
And I was able to get it back to him. And luckily, I checked on him yesterday, and he's still going, so maybe there's still hope for him. But anyway, those kind of things just mean everything to me.